Welcome, friends and fellow adventurers. This is Alex Reid, your guide to the Lands of Manassas and the DM of Cocked, a Real Play D&D podcast. At the end of last episode, the party appeared to be prepared to leave Port Savorsa. The party has agreed to head to Evorgos to help out Ringed Flame and spent one more night at Finley's Fresh Catch in Port Savorsa. Now, let's get into the cast introductions for this episode of Cocked, a Real Play D&D podcast.
All right, go.
Yeah, hello, friends and fellow adventurers. Welcome to this new episode of Cocked, a Real Play D&D podcast. So we'll get started. We're going to change our introduction format here. So we're going to go around the table. They're going to introduce their characters, who they are, and answer a question. For this week, we're going to go around the table and answer, how does your character feel about keeping secrets from the rest of the party? Who would like to start?
I guess I'll go.
Let's get some juicy gossip dished out here.
Oh gosh. Okay. Hello.
Do you have a prepared answer?
No, Hi, I'm Jessica Reid. I play Kadie, a dragonborn fighter. To answer today's question, so sorry about that.
We're gonna roll well.
Sorry, Kadie just slammed Jessica Reid's phone down.
So sorry.
In anger.
So sorry. To start out, how does Kadie feel about secrets? She doesn't intentionally keep any secrets, I would say. But she loves to be a part of secrets. Does that make sense to everybody?
And secret rooms.
Yes,
And
yes.
secret rooms.
Anything
That are inviting.
secret are inviting,
Yeah, inviting
and
secret
intriguing.
rooms.
Yes, for sure.
Huh? Oh. Alright. I'm Reggie. I'll be playing
Reggie who?
Ultim. Morris.
Just say that sentence over.
Okay.
No, I like it.
And 3, 2, 1.
The Kobold Artificer. Braca has a few secrets of his own already, so he doesn't
What are they?
necessarily care too much about them, because, I mean, he has his own, so he's... Well, I wouldn't say doesn't care. Like, he wants to know things that are secret, but he's not gonna, like, be fully adamant about trying to find what's behind, like, a secret door, for example.
So either you care about secrets or you don't care about secrets.
Kind of in the middle. Kind of in the middle.
That works.
Okay, this is Alex Groves. I play Agard, the Firbolg Druid. Agard, I don't think he really... let's put it this way. I don't know that he really thinks of secrets. Like, it's not really something that's part of his... He's pretty open with everyone.
Yeah.
And we've already established that he's friends with most people he meets right away, unless they try to attack him. I will say, though, he did, in one of our prequel episodes, did hide a large amount of gems from the group. And that's only because what he has seen so far out of people outside of his own people in the rest of the world, is he's seen how money and things of great worth can, affect people. And I think getting to know this group right now and trying to make sure that they're, everyone's safe and working together, he buried, a large amount of jewels to keep those. So he might do that from time to time, but keeping secrets, I mean, he's going to be pretty open about most things, I think.
I feel like with Agard, at least, like, even if it is a secret, he doesn't, like you were saying, he doesn't view it as a secret. It's just like,
Right.
oh,
Like, if you were to
something that I'm
confide
open
something in
about.
him, he's not going to go off and town crier it to everyone.
Right.
But at the same time, you might tell him something, and then he's just going to go and tell, the other people in the group. So,
yeah.
Hey guys, this is Joyner. I play the Leonin Ranger Ebron Ironmane. As far as secrets go, he believes that...
Lots.
Really?
bang, bang, twink.
He believes... He believes that they're both a necessary evil, but in certain circumstances, they could get people killed or badly hurt.
Yeah.
And so he with him, it's a balancing act. What to tell and what not to tell, especially since he's got secrets of his own, especially something coming from his homeland that someone gave him. So,
Remind us what his homeland's name is again?
Sansino Island, also known as Pride Island.
Hey guys, Alex Reid, DM here for Cocked,
Ooh,
and
no, I'm kidding.
your guide to the
Please
Lands
redo
of
that.
Manassas. Nope, staying in. As far as keeping secrets from the party, I 100% believe in it, because if I told you everything, you would know what was going to happen in the story. So, yeah, I'm going to keep my secrets here as the DM. And,
Only in game, right, though?
Well, of course, only in game. As an actual person, I don't believe in secrets. I believe that they can be, like, important at times. Like, I mean, if you look at... Do you want to go into this? We can go into the movie.
Yes, please talk about
what was the
times. Please discuss with Jess the times you think secrets are
no.
okay.
Hang on. There was a movie. It's very important.
I would like to know.
What is it? Where they make the first computer. Do you remember that movie?
You're gonna have to.
I can't remember the name of it though. It's driving me
Imitation
nuts.
Game.
Yes, the Imitation
Yeah.
Game, exactly.
Yeah.
They built that computer, and they found out that they could hack into the German messages, right? And there's a very important scene in there where he has to make a decision. He finds out that the Germans are going to attack a boat, and that is the boat that his brother is on. So everything in him wanted to warn them, but the Americans were like, hey, if we warn them, then the Germans will know that we intercepted their message, and they had to make that decision to keep that secret so that they could slowly crack the code to win the war. So if you want my opinion, sometimes secrets like that are important and should be kept. And
In war.
it's hard. You know, that would be a terrible decision to have to make. I hope none of us have to make that decision.
But outside of decisions that
But
have to
outside of
be made
decisions like
almost
that-
100 years ago.
No,
Okay, just checking.
I don't keep secrets, except for this campaign. You guys don't get those secrets, but yeah. So,
I feel like that was overly explained.
well, we
He's
can
hiding
cut,
something.
we can cut that out. I'm hiding something. Okay.
No, actually, I
Anyways.
like that. Actually,
Yeah, no. I was just saying because.
Anyways, last time you guys were navigating your way through Port Savorsa. The last couple episodes, actually, you guys had visited Ring Flame. You went back, got a brone, went back to Ring Flamed again before going to speak to Quincy Haddock. Then you spoke to Quincy Haddock. You guys realized that the mayor was really more against Quincy than it seemed like he was going to be. And you guys were able to finagle a deal to stay in town the extra night and leave in the morning. The mayor basically told you it's not that you'd be banned from the city, but just to kind of lay low for a little while. You guys got a tip from Ringed Flame as far as the next area you're headed. I think you guys decided to head to Evorgos to look into the disappearing people and the mystery that was surrounding Evorgos and what was happening there. And you guys stayed at Finley's overnight, and you guys are awakening the next morning.
Agard was outside the city.
Yep, that's right. Agard went out and slept near.
Yeah, he kind of covered
camp.
the tracks of...
Yep, and he did it successfully.
And then he also attuned to the knife and the spear.
Yep. So, before we get to you guys, Agard, you wake up outside of the city walls. It is close to daybreak. I would say you could be up for about half an hour before daybreak happens and still get a long rest. So, you wake up in time to, as you walk out of the woods, you see the walls and the doors opening to the city, to Port Savorsa.
Okay. All right, Agard heads to Finley's.
Okay. As you walk through, the guards kind of wave at you. It is a different set of guards, but ones that you've seen before. They know who you are. And as you walk past, make a perception roll real quick.
18.
Okay. You hear one of them lean over to the other one and go, that's him. Yeah. And they start whispering, and he's like, that's one of the heroes of Savorsa. And with that, you kind of can piece together that people have been talking since last night. They saw you guys talk to the mayor and Quincy, and that kind of rumor is going around town. You guys are kind of known as the heroes of Savorsa now.
And I think hearing that, do I hear it as I'm approaching or as I pass them?
Kind of as you're walking past them, they're kind of whispering and having a conversation.
Agard would just look at them and give them kind of a knowing, just kind of a friendly nod. not just brush past him, but, just kind of a...
Yeah, and they kind of like look at you. They realize you heard them, and they kind of just gesture like embarrassed wave, like, ooh, he heard us, type of thing.
But he has a little extra stuff to his strut this morning, so...
All right, then you're able to get to Finley's. You walk in, and Finley is actually not downstairs. Falter is back there cooking and making breakfast and stuff for the morning.
Okay. All right, well, Agard he's not going to go up to the rooms, so he'll just... good morning, Falter.
Hello.
You mind if I just grab some water and wait for my friends?
Sure. And he kind of shuffles over, and he just starts filling cups, and then he turns and looks at you and goes, How many?
Just one for me now, and then the rest, whenever they wake, they'll come down.
Oh, okay. And he turns around, he walks back out with the tray that has one and sets it on your table and walks back around.
Okay.
At this point, the sun is kind of coming out. You guys are all waking up. I'll say the same thing. You guys could choose, if you want to wake up about 15, 20 minutes before the sun actually rose. You're able to. If you guys don't want to, you sleep until the sun comes up. What would you like to do?
I mean, Brock will get up and just prepare stuff for the day. That's about it.
Yeah, same thing with Evorgos. He's usually up at least a half hour before daybreak.
Kadie will get up and she meditates for a little bit. Still kind of... It's been a long week, or a couple days.
Yeah. It's been like 4 days. But yeah, it's been a long 4 days.
It's been a very long 4 days, but after she meditates, she'll go and I believe Braca and I have
conjoining rooms.
Yeah, I will just go and knock on that door. Braca?
I mean, you can probably hear noise from the inside, like vials and stuff clanking together, and me like pouring stuff.
Kadie will open the door a little bit and kind of peek her head in, like, "Are you awake?"
Probably.
You're probably awake.
Probably not.
I'm gonna go downstairs for breakfast. Did you want to come, or are you gonna come later?
I'll go down in 10 minutes, probably, maybe.
Okay. I'll go ahead and go down there, and I'll just meet you there.
Okay.
So she'll close that door and go out of her actual room door and go down the stairs.
Roll perception.
15.
So you hear Katie's door close. Somebody in your party is up and probably headed downstairs.
By this point, Ebron's up, he's dressed, and he'll wait a minute until Kadie is gone downstairs, and then he'll leave his room and join.
Okay. I'd say you were probably sitting there for like 5 minutes before Kadie comes down, and then shortly after Brone joins, and then probably like 10-15 minutes after Braca will get down there. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before Braca gets there, or are you guys just kind of waiting, drinking small talk, waiting for everybody?
Just so you guys know, I think while he was encouraged, Agar was encouraged by what he heard from what the guards say, you're going to notice Agar's going to be a little distant today. He's preoccupied. But yeah, I mean, he's just sitting there drinking. If the group wants to come down and have breakfast, he'll have breakfast with them.
I'm going to come downstairs and put my bow and my swords in the corner, and I'm going to sit down across from Agar and order some breakfast with water.
I'll make a point to sit next to Agar because she'll be there before Ebrone. So Kadie went and sat next to Agar.
Braca, after he's done making his elixirs and stuff for the day, he'll mess with the amulet Arpip gave him and try and summon in like an actual raptor out of it, not like the mechanical one.
So an organic raptor appears.
When it appears, Braca will probably like stumble and fall back and probably like yell a little bit just because he's never done it before. And there's just a raptor standing in front of him now.
When that happens, the raptor kind of tilts its head and looks at you, like it's a little confused, and then it kind of slowly inches towards you and kind of tries to nuzzle against Braca's arm.
If it starts to come towards me, Braca's going to like turn his head and like close his eyes and like put his hands out.
It'll just start to nuzzle against the hands that you have out, like almost like it's showing you that it's not hostile towards you.
Oh, okay. Hi, I guess. And Braca will just kind of begin to like slowly pat it on its head, just the side of its head, like very shakily, like very nervously.
It'll just kind of lean into it, and then it'll start looking around. It's just trying to see where it's at. It's just kind of looking around, kind of sniffing the air. You do notice that even though it is like more of an organic one, it's not completely solid. It's strange. But when you reach out, you can feel it.
Right. Okay.
Would we have heard Braca scream?
Well, Braca's on the 3rd floor, and you're
Okay.
down at the breakfast table, so I'm going to go with no on this one. If you were next door, you could probably roll a perception check for it. But
Okay, dang. I
'cause
want to see the raptor.
I would see. I think it's not like super loud screaming. It's like a, huh,
Yeah.
you know, like a
It's
quick
like just
little,
like a
just a
shock.
startle.
Yeah.
yeah, start.
But okay, out of the order of the game here, when we see it, we're going to see a raptor. Though I'm a little confused with the
yeah,
description.
you're
of
going
what
to see
it
the
looks
raptor.
like.
It's
Okay.
very.
Like Blue in
It-
Jurassic
it
Park.
has
I know what
this.
a raptor looks like.
It has this almost like like you know, like the wraiths in Lord of the Ring. The like, is it ethereal?
Okay, sure.
Like kind of thing around
Yeah,
it. It's
like
it's
an
got
aura,
that. Yeah,
almost.
it's got like an aura almost around it.
Okay. Just for the druid, he has now, or he's going to see a raptor.
Yep, he's gonna see a raptor.
I mean, Braca's just gonna unsummon the thing after like 5 minutes.
Okay.
He doesn't want to walk downstairs with an ethereal raptor.
You just kind of you touch the amulet and it disappears, but it disappears in a way that it almost like it's. You've seen those cheesy sci-fi movies where like the thing zooms into something. It does
Yeah.
that and it zooms into your
ACX
amulet.
effect.
Like Star Wars.
Yeah. it's like
Those cheesy sci-fi movies.
it's like the reverse hyperspeed.
No, but like,
No,
have the
you
only
just
one,
see
you're
the
my only
words.
hope, and
Yeah.
then it goes
ACX
back into the...
or SCX
yeah,
effect.
It's a
like that.
hologram, I think. Yeah.
You just see the words. You don't actually see.
So yeah. So you
Making it real hard tonight.
you are able to summon
Trying
the
too hard,
raptor
sorry.
after a few minutes.
Not at all. It's awesome. Sorry.
So you're able to summon the raptor, and after a few minutes, you kind of touch the amulet, and it goes right back into it.
Okay. Braca will just kind of sit there for like another minute thinking about what has happened and then just go downstairs.
You do notice that because you summoned it, now the claw that is on your amulet it's got a faint glow to it,
Okay.
and it matches kind of the aura that was around the raptor.
Okay. Yeah, Braca will just like tuck the amulet like in his shirt or whatever.
And I'll let you choose what color the aura is around it.
Purple.
but-
Yeah.
Purple.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's got a light purple aura
That was
around it.
quick.
Yeah.
Purple.
So you head downstairs. You head to breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody's down there. At this point, you guys have gotten some breakfast. You have some food. You're eating. Got some water. You have a salad.
No,
You have
Hagar
veg-
eats meat.
Oh, I thought you got. Didn't you get veggies last time when you guys went?
He did, but he eats all. He also
okay.
eats meat.
Well,
So
you guys get fish, and
hoping that they're using the
most of
spices that...
they're using the spices that Agard gave them.
Braca will once again eat his food like a Komodo dragon.
Can we see how good the meal is?
Yeah, sure. I'll roll for it. I rolled a 17 naturally.
Nice.
Nice.
And what did we agree? The pouch did a D10.
Oh, I don't think we agreed on that, but sure.
D10, yes.
That works.
D12, I thought. Another D20, actually.
All the D's.
I rolled a 2, so it's 19.
Nice.
So it's still
There we go.
really good.
It's
yeah.
delicious.
Much better than last time. Not that Braca notices.
Yeah, you know.
So you guys have gotten breakfast. You got your drinks. If you're ready to go, you do see Finley gets up and he kind of walks out and he sees you guys. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, you guys are awake?
Hi, Finley.
Hi."
Good morning, Finley.
Good morning.
So
Finley, can you please tell your brother that the food is delicious
It
today?
is so good today.
yeah, of course.
We loved it.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
What are your plans for today, Finley?
Well, I was gonna go down to the market and buy some more fish, but you brought me those trout yesterday, and they're keeping in the back. I think I should be able to be good for another day or so. You guys are the one of the only ones
Good.
that have a room here, so we're running a little bare, but there's supposed to be a new couple ships coming in, so hopefully we'll get a couple people coming through.
Oh, good.
How long are you guys supposed to be gone?
We'll
Oh,
probably be gone for some time.
yeah.
Well,
At
okay.
least a week.
Well, I'll keep.
Which in this world is 10 days.
Well, I'll be sure to tell everybody about you. I still have the arrow up there to make sure we remember the heroes of Savorsa.
We'll be sure to tell everyone to come to Finley's when they come to town.
I
Yes.
appreciate it. Thank you. Do you guys? Is there anything else you guys need, or?
No, I believe we're good.
He's gonna kind of look around, and since you guys are all sitting down, he's just gonna walk over to Agard and just kind of give him a hug, and just be like, "Thanks, friends." And he's just gonna kind of walk around and give everybody a hug, and he's gonna be like, "You guys,
Oh my gosh. No, when he gives Kadie a hug, she will full on squeeze. Not hard. Stop. Not hard, but lifting him up at the same time.
he's gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I
thank
love
you."
it.
And as he sets back down, he's gonna be like, I gotta say thank you guys. I was a little worried at first, but you guys are probably some of the nicest people I've ever met, and
Kadie just has a tear coming down her face.
I really appreciate everything you've done for me and my brother. So, again, if you guys need anything, please let us know, and we'll do what we can. I hope.
Love him.
Oh yeah, if he tries to hug Braca, I mean he'll probably let him, but Braca's just gonna be really confused. His eyes are just gonna be wide, and his head's gonna tilt a little bit. He might snarl just a little bit
Oh.
because he's confused at
Probably
why.
because he's getting close to your food.
Well, I mean, there's none left. I mean, Komodo
Oh,
dragon.
that's true,
really.
that's
Yeah, I was gonna say he picked the whole plate
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. Agar's going to have a little bit left on his plate. He's going to push it over to Braca.
Yeah, there you go.
So he'll.
Can we, really quick, I'm sorry, where are we heading again? I can't remember. I don't remember.
I remember what
East
we're
Gate.
supposed to do after this.
Who?
East Gate.
But no, but
Where?
that's how we're leaving the city,
Where?
DM.
I
That almost came out differently. No, what city are we going to again?
Oh,
and then,
Villabros.
who?
Like the place Braca wants to go to.
No.
We're going to find the missing people at
Evorgos.
Yeah,
Evorgos.
there, and then we're going to.
Villabros.
Villabros.
Yep, those places.
Well, Gilmead. But yeah.
Gilmead, yeah.
Oh, Gilmead.
Gilmead
Jesus
is in Villabros.
Yeah.
All those.
So you guys were told that if you leave out the East Gate, there's two ways you can go. You can go through Andaria's Keep,
Oh, I remember that.
or you can go through Guamora, but you've got to go through one of those two to get to Evorgos.
and we want to go the fastest way.
Yes.
That's probably going up through
We just follow the
Guamora.
trail.
So, have already forgotten half the names we said.
Oh my god, yes.
Agard, we'll just RP it this way, tells Finley, this is our plan. This is where we plan to go. We're going to go to this place next. Should you need us for anything, if you can get word, just letting you know where we'll be.
Well, I appreciate it. If you guys hurry, there's a lot of caravans that are getting ready to leave out the East Gate in the next 15, 20 minutes. It might be, might be nice to be in a crowd of people just along those roads.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I hope you guys have safe travels, and I hope I hear from you and see from you guys soon.
We'll bring you back a souvenir.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And he's gonna turn and walk back behind the bar.
Are we full? Are we ready to leave?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to go.
And Kadie will get up for old time's sake and go to the small door and try to wiggle her way out the small door of Finley's.
You hear Finley chuckle behind the bar.
Do I need to roll a dex?
There's
Just
nothing.
let it happen.
Yeah.
I already did it once.
I mean,
flawlessly.
it might take you a little bit to get out of it, but yeah, you're gonna be able to do it.
And then once she gets out, she's going to turn around and bend over to where you can see her face through the door and be like, "Are you guys ready to come?"
I guess we should be on our way. And Agard uses the large door.
So you guys head out. You head to the East Gate. You do see there are a couple caravans and a couple groups of people Some are coming into the city that look like they were coming from Evorgos or Guamora and Andaria's Keep as they're headed towards the city once the gates open. But there are some that are headed out. You'll head east for about 2.5 days before reaching a fork. Once we reach that fork, you'll have to decide if you want to go to Guamora or Andaria's Keep. So,
Wait, I'm sorry. Are we now already on the trail and
you're getting on the trail from the east gate. I'm letting you know.
we
The-
haven't met
the
the
next
caravan and all that?
2.5. No, you got.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. I missed it.
You guys are at the east gate.
Okay.
But I,
okay.
as the DM, am letting you know. Then the next
Okay.
like 2.5, 3 days, you're gonna have to
Okay.
decide which way you want to go.
Okay.
Now, real quick, since I'm not used to what the caravan is, do we need to pay for passage to go with these people, or we're just traveling with a group of people,
So
amongst people?
You're just kind of, there's a mass exodus leaving the city, and they kind of travel together at first, and then it kind of trickles and
Okay.
spreads out.
Gotcha. Just want to be clear. Okay. All right. Well, then let's wait for the caravan to leave, and we'll head off.
So you notice there's a couple different ones. There's some with wagons. There's some people that are on foot. Some that have horses, and they all kind of just start headed that way, headed east. Everybody kind of keeps pace with each other. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary, but everybody make a perception check.
Oh, nope.
Is there like a leader of the caravan?
Pass. That one.
Oh,
15.
you fell asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
11.
21.
So Ebron and Braca are able to pick out not necessarily the leader of the caravan, but somebody who has kind of taken authority over everybody that's kind of traveling together at this moment and just kind of keeping pace and letting people know when they're going to be camping and things like that. He's actually a short, stocky dwarf. When you look at him, you don't necessarily see any weapons on him, but you also feel like he's not somebody that you want to cross either. He is kind of aggressive, very loud, but at the same time, he does seem like he's doing what he believes is best for everybody to keep everybody together and safe.
Agard will approach him.
Okay.
And he reaches out his hand and says, I am Agard.
Hello.
And you are?
Hi. I'm Dougal.
Good to meet you, Dougal.
Good to meet you.
These are my friends.
Hi, I'm Kadie.
Oh,
Do you happen to do wood carvings?
no.
Okay.
I usually carve flesh. I usually I keep an eye out on the caravan, specifically goblins. If you see a goblin, let me know.
I certainly will. Do you know of any dwarves who carve wood here in the caravan?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really I'm paid to protect. Not paid to know who's here.
Yep. Okay, no problem. Nice to meet you.
If you would
Good to
need
meet you.
if you would need help, we are known as the heroes of Port Savorsa,
Hi, that's you. I heard rumors last night.
so
but
we could help you if you need.
I'm the hero of the pathways.
Dougal, it's good to meet you.
Great to meet you guys. Is there anything else?
No?
And he kind of walks off, and you can just hear him start yelling at people. Hi, you get back in line. Don't step out there. He starts yelling at them and kind of directing people to stay on the path. And people kind of start wandering off the dirt road. And on either side, it's not necessarily that like there's trees in that, but there's tall growth. So you can tell that if Dougal were to walk in there, like the only thing you would be able to see is like from the eyes up. So he's trying to keep everybody out of there and move over.
I go back up to Dougal. Kadie does. And she just kind of whispers to him,
Hey, do you have any relation to the blacksmith?
And you just hear he's like, oh! Your type always sneak up on people like that.
I apologize. I must just have light feet. I wasn't trying to.
I don't know a blacksmith.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. Thank you.
Turns and he walks, and he just keeps walking towards the back of the caravan.
That was for you, Brown.
Oh, bugger off.
Oh yeah, am I on Katie's shoulder or no?
I've been wondering where you were.
I think that's a discussion that you two need to have.
I know. I was asking
Where
Jess.
is he? If you wanted to get on my shoulder, then I would have put you there. Yes,
Yeah. There we go.
so that you don't have to walk.
I think someone's getting a little lazy.
It's his tiny legs. It's hard for him to keep up.
I got little legs.
Find a leathersmith and make a little shoulder saddle for
Yeah, right.
Kadie over here.
Maybe we can go back to the blacksmith and he can bash
Oh
that
my
boy.
God.
Jesus. So you guys are continuing on the path.
So how big is this caravan?
How many people?
So roll an insight check.
Everybody? Or?
I'll do it if you're looking at it.
13?
18.
Kadie fell asleep.
11.
So Braca and Agard. Braca, you figured out a little more, but Agard, you can tell. It looks like there's 4 main groups. There's a couple caravans of wagons. There's one with 3 wagons that you can tell are together. There's another one with 2, and then there's about 5 people mounted on horses, and then 8 people just walking. Braca, you can tell that the people walking are not all in the same group. You can tell that there's one family of 3, and then everybody else kind of seems like they don't really know each other, and then there's you guys.
Okay.
How many in each group are armed? Because I would imagine this kind of a caravan would have...
Well, with an
Guard.
11, you're not sure.
Okay.
Well, that would be perception, actually, more
Yeah.
than insight. So I would say you could probably, with your passive perception, there are some that are armed. You can't tell if the family is armed or not, but there are some that are.
I rolled a 20.
Yeah, I'm just using your passive
Okay.
for this, because this is something that you wouldn't necessarily be sitting there staring at to give people cause to try to look, but you're...
I'm just glancing
Yeah, you're a
about.
soldier. You're used to looking across and seeing things. Some of the wagons have a little bit of security, but most of it is the hired hands that Dougal is kind of ordering around. That's most of the security.
As we're walking, Agard is going to be kind of looking just off the main road.
Okay.
Just looking for herbs or berries or any kind of fruit. Just he kind of just forages as he goes. It's just kind of his way.
We'll say you can forage some stuff.
So
along
yeah,
the way.
so whenever you want me to roll to find whatever, then let me know. But
I would say it's right now it's easy enough because you're so out in the open. It is kind of tall weeds, but along the road there's different flowers and things like that.
those weeds are not tall.
Yeah, well, not for AR. But yeah, as you go, you can forage some stuff to make some food and that stuff out of. I would say you could probably throughout the day make like a ration or 2 out of just things that you forage.
So another question, would there be deer out in the fields to either side that I could take down and feed not only us, but like other groups in the caravan?
You would notice that the caravan is stocked. Like
Okay.
most of these people prepared for the trip, so they've got food in that. There's plenty of wildlife all around you, but for the most part, you see it along the tree lines, which is a ways off. You can see movement, but
It's not something that I'm
yeah,
going to
you're
actively
in
go
you're in an
after.
open area right now.
It would be bad though. I mean,
No.
to be able to do that, at least if you find something that's good enough to feed our group and then
Exactly.
give others.
And,
I mean,
and that's what I was thinking is more of our group and anyone else who might not have enough.
You can roll a perception check.
we are the heroes of Port Salors.
We did not let that go to our heads.
12. Agard is hand stitching that
You
into
don't
his.
you don't see anything that you feel like would feed quite a bit of people. You see more like rabbits and squirrels and things, kind of field mice darting through the field, that stuff. You don't see necessarily anything in bulk.
Okay.
So you guys continue on. You get through the first day of travel. It's pretty non-eventful. I did roll for it. You guys get ready to bed down for the night,
Yeah, we do.
and
Bet it down.
the caravans start getting out cooking supplies and things like that. They start getting out pots and they start making stews and stuff like that. They all kind of offer it to the other people that are traveling. It's some people, some of the walkers walk over and they give them like food and stuff to put in the stew. Everybody's kind of contributing, but yeah, everybody has a nice little meal and gets ready to sleep.
Agard would like to walk kind of around when everyone is kind of cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming not everyone is of the same economic status. Is there maybe a group that looks like they're not cooking with the best stuff? You know what I mean? Like they're cooking
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
Whatever.
You notice
Salt and pepper.
some of the walkers didn't necessarily bring like the best stuff because they didn't have as much space. So they're kind of contributing to some of the wagons, hoping to get some of it. So they are getting some food from those folks, but it's not necessarily like
Agard like
whatever
to offer some of what he did forage throughout the day to those people.
Okay.
And then if they're making something that, again, seems maybe a little bland or something, he's going to offer, from his own pouch of
Okay, sounds good.
stuff
Yeah.
a little.
And you see, you offer to a couple people. A couple people take it, and they're very like appreciative and thankful of it. It definitely makes the stew better when you add it to it. The stew is decent as it was, but you can tell they enjoy the flavor. It's a little different.
Sure.
So everybody's getting ready to go down for the night. You guys want to do anything, or are you guys going to sleep too?
No. Yeah, Agard is going to find a place within the trees. Just
Well,
kind of
there's no trees around right now.
Oh,
They're like a
We're in a desert?
long ways off. No, it's more like grains and fields.
okay.
So it's more like open
Is there
fields.
kind of a way that's not far off? That's a little like he could, I mean, like Agard said before, he kind of sleeps a little bit outside the group. Like, if there's like tall grains, he can just make himself like a little.
As you start kind of like walking into the tall grass, you hear Dougal like, "Hey, don't travel too far. I'm not coming to get you in the morning." And he turns and just kind of starts walking back around the caravan. But yeah, I mean the grass and the weeds and the grains and that stuff all around are about 2.5 feet tall. Okay. So you're able to make like a bed and lay down, and like it would cover the top of your body.
Yeah. That's all.
Raka will summon the raptor one more time before we like fully go to bed, just to like really see how it works.
Okay. Where are you doing this?
I mean, are we in the back of the caravan?
Well, when you guys were eating, everybody kind of came together and made like a circle just off the path.
Okay. I mean, he'll just kind of walk away from the group. He'll tell Kadie, like, he's just going to go away for a sec. You can follow if you want to, though.
Kadie will for sure follow.
Okay, so
It's getting dark, right?
Dougal, yes.
Yeah.
It is dark. Dougal does not track you leaving at all. You disappear into the weeds and that stuff. Roll a stealth check. We'll see if he notices.
I mean, like a 4, maybe? Something like that. 4.
Okay, he sees you start to disappear, and the same thing that he said to Aaron. He's like, I won't go wandering too far. I'm not getting you in the morning.
Okay.
And he kind of keeps walking, and he looks at you and just kind of nods at Kadie, like, if you're following him, watch him. Like, as he's cocking it, and then he just turns and keeps walking around the camp.
Kadie just turns around and mouths the word "wow" because this little Dougal guy, man.
Hey,
And she just walks.
he takes his job serious, all right?
No, that's fine. That's
He is paid to protect the caravan.
more
he is
power
protecting
to
the caravan.
him. But yeah, Kadie will follow Braca to make sure he's okay.
What are you doing, bro?
And Brun's going to sleep till just after midnight, and then he's actually going to get up. And are there fires lit around where everyone's sleeping?
They would have gone out
Okay.
at that point.
He's going to, so once he gets up, he's going to walk around the perimeter and utilize the pitch dark with his dark vision to just kind of watch everywhere.
As you like start to
Around
do
them.
that, some of the other people who are paid with Dougal are like, you don't have to do that. Like, we've got this. That's what we're paid to do. So if you want to help, you can, pitch in and let us know. But if you're going to walk around and just look, like, we need to know what you're doing. So we don't think you're trying to steal from people in the caravan.
I'm basically just patrolling around the caravan so that way nothing sneaks up on us in the dark. And so when he turns his head, and I imagine that they have a torch, they can see that his eyes they reflect like a greenish color because he is a predator. So
this guy doesn't have a torch.
So what kind of light does he have?
He is a gray-skinned elf. So he can see in the dark. You notice that during the day he had a hood up, so you didn't really see him. But at night, now he's got his hood down. You can tell that he is a drow elf.
Okay.
That is kind of helping this caravan, but he kind of tries, well, he doesn't kind of, he tries to conceal his identity during the day when everybody is up and about, and he keeps robes that cover his hands, over his face, that type of thing. But you do clock that he is drow, and you feel like this is probably why Dougal has him with his group, is so that he has somebody that can't see in the dark as well. And that's why he's kind of letting you know, like, hey, if you're going to be walking around, like, we need to know. That way we don't think you're trying to steal from anybody in the caravan type thing.
I'm going to do this every night because 2 sets of eyes are better than just one.
He kind of nods and, like, gives you this, like, all right, whatever kind of attitude, and just turns and walks away. He feels offended that you think he's not going to be able to keep watch, but he's also not going to say anything because he knows that it's a little extra help. It's a little less thing that he has to worry about on one side if he knows where you are.
Exactly.
And he wanders off the other way.
And so I'm basically going to stay on the side of the camp where I can see Agard, Kadie, and Braca. So that's the side of the caravan.
I would say you probably can't see Agard because Agard went and kind of bedded down in the taller stuff.
But at the very least, I can see Kadie and Braca and just kind of keep an eye on them and everyone else around me.
Roll a perception check.
13.
So you see them wander off because you would have had to get below a 4. You do see these two wander off. It was probably around when everybody started to bed down that you guys walked off. So let's go ahead and RP that and see if you'd be back by the time he gets up.
Okay. When Braca's gonna like excitedly like scurry through like the grass and everything to like an opening like kind of away from the caravan. And if Kadie follows, he's just gonna big toothy grin, like tell you, like gesture for you to like come over here.
I'm still gonna. Kadie is following Braca, but she's about like a couple feet behind him because he wanted to go off and do something. She's just wanting to make sure he's okay.
So you're like 5-10 feet behind him type of thing?
I wouldn't say that far. I would say like 5 feet.
Okay.
Maybe at the most.
So not full helicopter bomb. But
yeah. not full. He gets to go off on his own too.
Not quite arm's length, but just outside of it.
But then when she sees him kind of like gesture to like all excitedly, she's like, she just gets a little grin on her face because she's like, oh, look at him. He's so happy. All right, let's go.
All right. So
then Braca is gonna be like, hey, look, check it out. And he's gonna pull out the amulet that has the raptor talent on it, and she's
gonna pull out her necklace real quick. So Kadie has a necklace as well that has a ring on it, and she's gonna be like, I have one too.
Can it do this? And he's gonna activate and make the raptor pop out.
Nothing happens.
Man, Braca's gonna.
What is it supposed to do?
He's gonna like click it a few times, and just kind of look at it.
Like your key fob is low on batteries?
and look confused.
So nothing happens.
Can I do an Arcana check on it real quick? 20.
Okay. Do a history check as well.
13.
Not bad. You can remember Arpip mentioning something about a time span that you could use it and that the raptor will stay, but you can't remember exactly how long it was. Arcana-wise, you feel like as you went to use it, you realize that the aura on it that was there this morning has faded. So there's not like a purple outline. You kind of put the pieces together that there is a time limit once you summon it the first time, and that you have that amount of time.
Oh, like a window to
day.
summon it again?
Yep.
Okay. Braca will just look very disappointed and like still try to like click the thing and activate it. And he'll just say, never mind. It was supposed to do something cool, but it didn't. Tomorrow it probably will.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because, I mean, mine just kind of hangs out on my leather cord as well, so... But you want to come back out here in the morning?
Braca will just like looking at the ground, like disappointedly, like shrug.
Oh, Braca.
Sure.
We'll do it in the morning. You can show me whatever cool trick it's supposed to do.
Braca will just like nod and just like shoulders slump, just walk back to camp.
Katie's heart is broken.
Oh, well, why don't we go back to camp and we'll just I mean, the sooner we get to bed, the sooner we can wake up and come out here and see what it does.
Braca's just gonna just say under his breath just to himself, "It's gonna be really cool."
I feel like
It'd be really cool in the morning, Braca.
I feel like Katie's like that mom that's like, "Oh, we'll buy you a new amulet. This one doesn't work, but we'll get you a new one."
Yeah.
All my gold pieces.
So
Hush, little baby, don't
you guys, yeah, right. You guys don't spend too much time out there because it didn't work. So you kind of come back. You notice they come back, and that's before you had like gone down to sleep for a couple hours before getting up.
Kadie does make a point to. God, I'm gonna have to stop doing that. She does put her necklace back into her gi.
Okay.
She doesn't have it out in the open.
Okay.
Yeah, Braca will do the same.
So you wake up, and it's after you wake up. Roll your
Sorry, real quick.
the stuff that we discussed, Braca. It's after
Who wakes up?
Ibrone wakes up. I got you. So it's after Ibrone, after you wake up. Braca, I'm going to have you roll your special thing.
51.
Okay, so you're good. You notice Braca's tossing and turning a little, Ibrone, but you don't notice... It doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary. It seems like an uncomfortable sleep type of thing. So you think nothing of it, you walk away, and you're just kind of scoping. Go ahead and make a perception check, since you're helping with watch.
21.
21. Ibrone is walking along the side that his party has fallen asleep on, kind of keeping an eye out. You do hear some motion, but for the most part, it's just small wildlife moving through, crossing over the road to the other side, stuff like that. Nothing happens that night. You get through. It's around 4 o'clock. Are you getting ready to go down to finish your long rest? Because if you got up at midnight, it would not be enough for you to get a long rest.
Yes, I'm going to go back to sleep just before everyone starts getting up.
Okay. So you go back, you go down long enough to be able to get your full rest before everybody starts to stir and wake up. As the morning comes, Agard, do you get up before the sun, or are you...
Usually, I mean, right when the sun's coming up.
Okay,
Is when Agard wakes up.
So you're waking up as the sun comes out.
Right, yeah. So as he's been doing, and this kind of leads into why he was a little distracted earlier in the day before, he's going to try and cast Goodberry again.
Okay.
But as he's about to cast it, he stops. It doesn't feel right. He's just getting this kind of, when he's casting a spell, usually it has a certain feeling to it, and he can just do it, and it's done. Mm-hmm. But right now, it's just not. So he stops, and he doesn't cast.
Yeah. So like mid cast, he's just like, no, I'm not
it just doesn't. There's something about it that just doesn't feel right.
Okay. So he starts to cast Goodberry and just decides it's not doesn't feel right and stops.
And he's not sure why.
Kadie and Braca, are you guys getting up when the sun comes up?
Yeah, Braca's gonna like leap awake and like if Katie's not up, like nudge her awake.
No, she would be up. Like, I'm 100% Kadie was waiting for the sun because Braca was so disappointed last night that she's like, okay, all right, are you ready? We can go. We can go right now.
Braca's gonna attempt once again to summon the raptor.
Wait, where we are? Are we going to walk away?
How,
You know what? Whatever you want, Braca.
how many people are like around right here?
I mean, there are 5 wagons. There's 5 people with horses tied basically to the side of one of the wagons.
I'll go off to the side then. Yeah, I'll go off to the side.
And Kadie excitedly follows him. Like, all right, let's go. What are you going to show me?
As you guys start to go, you hear one of the guards. And as you turn to look, you see he's wearing a hood and his sleeves are over his hands. He's like, hey, you guys shouldn't wander off for too long, okay?
We'll be right back.
All right. just not for too long, because we're not going to wait for anybody. Like, we're paid for a time frame. We've got to get some of these wagons to Andaria's keep. So
Kadie's just shaking her head up and down, like, yeah, no, understand. We'll be right back.
he gives you like a weird look, but turns and just like, walks away anyways. Because to him, he's paid for the wagons, not for you two. So he's like, whatever. If they don't listen, they don't listen. So you guys wander off.
Yep.
Make a stealth check and then a perception check.
Both of us?
18 on stealth. And you said perception?
Mm-hmm.
13 on perception.
11 on stealth and 18 on perception.
So you guys are able... Nobody's really trying to clock you. So the DC for stealth was 10 to kind of get away without people eyeing you and looking weird. With an 18 perception, you look around, you are fairly certain that nobody is watching you guys.
Cool.
Once you get far enough away, you're like... You kind of, like, you can motion to Braca and be like, hey, I think we're far enough now, basically. If you want to.
Yeah, I'll just be like, hey, we're good. What were you going to show me?
The amulet thingy.
Are you summoning it the same as last time?
Yeah.
So, so Braca, you reach up and you touch the raptor claw on the amulet, and about 5 feet in front of you, this 3 foot tall raptor just appears.
It's taller than Braca?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Kadie's just eyes get super wide.
And it does have like a purple aura around it.
Braca, like, he can use it as a mount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. He's going to do that.
What?
It is it supposed to be smaller than a raptor, though? Like a normal raptor?
Yes, it's more... It
Okay.
was designed for Braca to have a mount.
Gotcha. Just checking.
Not that you guys know that, but that's what Arpip designed it for Braca, was so that he would have a mount, so that when he gets tired, he would have something to ride rather than have to run everywhere.
So Kadie's eyes are just like super big and she's staring right at it.
Thank you, friends and fellow adventurers, for listening and supporting our group. We end this week's episode here, with Kadie wide-eyed and in wonder as Braca has produced a raptor from his amulet. The party has successfully integrated into a caravan and is heading east towards the town of Evorgos. Please like, subscribe, or follow our cast and crew on social media. See the episode description for links. Tune in next week as we see how the rest of the party reacts to seeing Braca's raptor.